ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु आभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवयां भगवत्य उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनेशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदामयं तदा स्वपदान्तिकं। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पदारूप्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निधि नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। So reading from Bhagavadam, we are doing fifth canto, 24th chapter. One second, let me share the screen. Okay. So let us read today 25 and 26. I will do 25 and 26. You all can recite actually. Okay. Yashyanudasyam evasmat pitamaha kila vavrena tu svapitrayam yat utha kuthopyam padam dhiyamanam bhagavataha param iti bhagavato upharate khalu swapitari. Synonyms: Yashya, of whom the Supreme Personality of Godhead; Anudashayam, the service; Eva, certainly; Ashmat, our; Pitamaha, grandfather; Kila, indeed; Vavre, accepted; Na, not; Tu, but; Swa, own; Pitrayam, paternal property; Yet, which; Utha, certainly; Akutha, bhayam, fearlessness; Padam, position; Dhiyamanam, being offered; Bhagavata, than the Supreme Personality of Godhead; Param, other; Iti, thus; Bhagavata, by the Supreme Personality of Godhead; Upharathe, when killed; Kalu, indeed; Swapitari, his own father. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. So Bali Maharaja, he is continuing actually the conversation actually. So my grandfather Prahalad Maharaj is the only person who understood his own self-interest. Upon the death of Prahalada's father Hiranyakashipu, Lord Narasimhadeva wanted to offer Prahalad his father's kingdom and even wanted to grant him liberation from material bondage. There are two things we are seeing here. One is the material opulence, another one is the spiritual attainment any jiva will be feeling after coming here. It's enough, we have been here. I think once for all, let us move out of this position, this place. So the first level is like the liberation. So getting into moksha mode. These two things, even Narasimhadev was ready to offer to Prahalad Maharaj. But Prahalad accepted neither. He didn't accept both actually. He was asking, in fact, he was asking what actually? This karma and this one, what is the opulence he is going to get is related to the karma. And then based on the knowledge, and then the first level of attainment is the moksha. That also he doesn't want anything. Wherein he was asking only the devotional service. So that is the only thing Prahalad Maharaj was asking. So he thought both the liberation and the material opulence are obstacles to the devotional service. 100% when we are on the that is on the platform of rendering the services, when we are doing the services, if we are getting some material obstacles, we always think that actually we have to take care of the material things also. But at the time, we will feel this is a major obstacle. This realization will all those who are doing 16 rounds and being a long association, they will surely undergo this. Actually, they will be able to realize maybe the level of understanding why we are feeling this an obstacle. Sometimes we get irritated. For example, when you are seriously sitting and doing chanting, if in the family member, one of the person is coming and asking some clarification, that time we'll get irritated. Certainly, that is the first level we will be able to analyze. But when you understand that is how the jiva is and accepting the other side person as it is, then you will not feel that. That is a higher level of maturity, wherein we'll stop and speak and then we'll continue. Correct now? But initially we'll get irritated. We feel that our devotional service only is the highest and then we have to do this. So that is one attitude. Second attitude is getting disturbances during that is while performing devotional service, we feel bad. That is the next level, not in the hurting way. So these type of transformations and all, we will always pass through so that in one's life, when we are doing this, the devotional service. So example for the obstacle I'm explaining here. So liberation, I think we don't know what we will get after leaving this body. We really don't know what is our destination. So destination only God knows. So but whatever actions we are performing, we need to be in the conscious way. So that way, if you are able to take care, so it will not lead to any worst, like a hellish planets actually. So yesterday I was doing one of the sloka in fourth canto for Tamil people, actually Tamil devotees. So there was in one of the hellish planet is Sput. So those who don't have the sons, who have, that is to render the what is that after leaving the body, that is when the father leaves, the son does some austerities. So those austerities has to be made for father by the son. If a person doesn't have son, so they may, if they land up in the hellish planet of Kuth, he will not be able to come out. So to come out of that particular hellish planet, when like Pindadan, everything we are doing in the day-to-day activities of any family. So if that is not done, and then the offerings are not made to Lord Vishnu, so rescuing the mercy of the Lord Vishnu will not be there for the departed soul, and we will be always suffering there. So if the one is not able to get that thing, obviously the curse also will be receiving. This we have studied in first chapter of Bhagavad Gita itself, wherein Arjuna is telling, actually, is speaking. So there won't be family welfare functions because of this war, and then those ancestors will be suffering in the hellish planets. This I heard from the Parambara system. Like that, he will be quoting with Krishna. So he doesn't want to wage the war. So for the welfare, that is the last reason he was telling. So this type of, for example, the liberation and the material opulence. Material opulence, as such, when we are here, when we are in the avidya mode, we will not know that is really as an obstacle. That's how our realization. We'll be hankering, and then we'll be continuously actually striving to attain whatever we have attained this year. If you go to any company, they will think this year turnover, how much, like last 31st. The next year, what is the goal we can, now they will start setting the goals for the achieving at least 10% higher than the previous year. So the economic development will be the major part actually. That also to be taken care, but not at the cost of how we are going to achieve that part is very, very important. That part only major of the companies will always miss, because we do shortcuts. So many things happens in the life. So it is not that very straightforward way of working we are doing in the day-to-day activities. We are prone to do many mistakes while achieving the targets actually. Correct now? That type of material opulence will make oneself to the bondage. So when a person realizes that, obviously he will think for the what is the alternate path wherein we will not get bondage. So what is the normal way of yielding that is income? So without creating the disturbance, what is expected by the Supreme Lord. So how we have to earn the money, that is very important. What is the source of income? So in ISKCON, if you take that is one of the principles, all the 4 regulations we have to follow. So this if a person is coming from the slaughtering house or from the what is that liquor shop kind of thing, they won't accept the donations actually, because that is a source of it is not the right source of income. So like that, the principles has to be maintained actually. Anyway, we can survive here, but not at the cost of the liquor shop. They are in fact actually taking the sins of the families who are suffering only. So the person in the family will be utilizing the funds for drinking, and then they will not be giving for the feeding of the family. So in fact, that family will be suffering. That suffering sin will get accounted there itself. We need to analyze what is the source of income. So wherein these are all obstacles actually. Now, liberation, even if you keep liberation, that is also one type of attachment. So I need to attain this liberation. I need to attain this particular liberation. Correct now? That's also one type of attachment actually. When you are striving for only particular goal, there the goal will be the intention will be like attaining the goal, not the devotional service. So you should not have any that is you should have an unmotivated way of performing the devotional service. That means without having any expectation on the outcome of whatever the devotional service. Yeah. Haituki, aprahatya, aprahyata. We have studied uninterrupted and unmotivated. These 2 forms are very important for a person who performs the devotional service. And therefore, such gifts from the Supreme Personality of Godhead are not his actual mercy. Even though Lord is only giving this mercy, we are thinking that for a devotee, it is purely Lord's mercy only. Because he is doing the devotional service, and then to maintain his thing, Lord is showing the mercy. Correct? Na? Whereas a non-devotee is in the karmic reactions actually. As per his karmic reactions, his own endeavor is creating the outcome. Consequently, so ultimately everything is from the Supreme, whereas the Lord's mercy will be there for a devotee because he should not enter into the that is in the karmic way. So whatever he is getting from the mercy of the Lord, he will be spending for the that is a devotional service. So that should be the aim of a devotee. Wherein the karmakandi will not be thinking about that. He will be thinking for his own improvement. So that's why he is getting bonded. Consequently, instead of accepting the results of karma and jnana, Prahlad Maharaj simply begged the Lord for engagement in the service of his servant. Service of the servant, service of the servant, service to the servant of the servant of the Lord is very, very important. By getting the mercy of the servant, one can able to visualize the God. One will be able to take the darshan of, because the recommendation by the servant. So he is a representative of the Lord. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has instructed that an unalloyed devotee should consider himself as a servant of the servant of the servant of the Supreme Lord. That is Gopi Bhartu Pada Kamalayo Dashanu Dasha. So you are the servant of this is the Lord's name. So the and then we are the Dasa. So we are the Dasas of the Dasas of the Dasas. In Vaishnava philosophy, one should not even become a direct. Directly, we cannot pray Krishna. This is what on many lectures actually we have heard from the senior devotees. One cannot be able to make a successful move by directly worshipping the Supreme Lord. He needs the support, because the guidance, how to worship, because we are also in the transformation phase only for the past 4 to 5 years. From 2020 onwards, we are into this platform. Many are started like that only. So we are following the footsteps of our senior devotees. So like how we are getting the guidance, what we have to do. Like for example, in the bhakti process, so Mangalarti, that is morning awakening early and then taking darshan of Mangalarti, Guru Puja, and then attending Bhagavadam class. These are all very important. These things and all we have learned from our senior devotees actually. So we need to become the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. Okay. So otherwise we will have our own mental speculation. We will have our own way of worshipping the things which may not be the matured way, and then obtaining the results for such activities will be taking a lot of time. Okay, so and then the assurance to get them on, that is to become the direct servant is not possible actually. So we have to follow the process. So from the descending authorities, so that will help us very easily to reach. It's like traveling in the taking from the ground floor to the top floor in the lift. Otherwise, we'll be passing through the staircase. So like karma, jnana, all those things, dhyana, and then we'll attain to the bhakti. So that will take, it's a tedious process and the successful rate is very, very less. So here Prahlad Maharaj was offered all blessings. Even Prahlad Maharaj got blessings from Narad Maharishi. So he is supreme, is a spiritual master. So by the guidance of him, I think he was able to achieve this. He was being put into severe conditions by his father. In fact, he wanted to kill Prahlad Maharaj, but still, all the times he has been rescued. So how actually by rendering the devotional service as per his guru's guidance. Prahlad Maharaj was offered all the blessings of an opulent position in the material world because his father has earned it by fighting, and then that is one the eyebrow of that is Hiranyakashipu will make fearful for the devatas also, it seems. This is how actually we have studied here in the prayers also we heard actually. So that much strong he being Ashura. So he has earned everything here. And the entire kingdom after Hiranyakashipu has come to Prahlad Maharaj only. And even the liberation of merging into Brahman, Sahaja Mukti, he refused. But he refused all this. He simply wanted to engage in the service of the Supreme Lord, the servant of the Lord. So therefore Bali Maharaj said that because his grandfather Prahlad Maharaj has rejected the blessings of Supreme Personality of Godhead in terms of the material opulence and then the liberation. That is from the material body. He truly understood his self-interest. That means what is the self-interest here? Rendering the devotional service to the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes, those who want to recite can please raise the hands. Madhumai Krishnakant Mataji. Tasya Mahanubhavasya Anupatam Amrijita Kashaya Ko Vashmat Vidaha Parihina Bhagavat Anugraha Upaji Gamishyatiti. Yes, Madhumai Krishnakant Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Tasya Mahanubhavasya Anupatham Amruchita Kashayah Ko va Asmadvidaha Parihina Bhagavad Anugraha Upajigamishati iti. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Chitra Mohini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams Mataji.
Pranams Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Tasya Mahanubhavasya Anupatam Amrujitakashayah Ko va Asmadvidha Parihina Bhagavadhanugraha Upajigam Mishyati iti. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Anjali Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam.
Danvat Pranams Mataji.
Tasya maha anubhavasya anupatham amrujita kashayaha kahava asmat vidaha parihina bhagavata anugraha upajigamishati iti. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Prakash Rao Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranamal.
Pranamal Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Tasya Mahanubhavasya Anubhadam Amrujita Kashayah Ko Vasmad Idha Parihina Bhagavad Anugraha Upajita Misha Iti.
Subbarao Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranams, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yasya Hare Krishna, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yasyaanud Mataji, 26.
Tasya
या प्रभु तस्य
Tasya Mahanubhavasyanu Padhamamrujita Kashayaha Kovasmadvidaha Parihena Bhagavadanugraha Upajigamipa Mishatiti. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Ran Nandini Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी प्रणाम माताजी
Pranams
ओम
Mataji.
भगवते वासुदेवाय तस्य महा अनुभवस्य अनुपथम् अमृजत कषायः कः वः अस्मद्विधाय परिहीण भगत अनुग्रह उपजिगम इष्यतीति हरे कृष्ण माताजी थैंक यू माता
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Vijay Kumari Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी
Hare Krishna.
धन्वत् प्रणाम
Dandavat.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय दस्य महा अनुभवस्य अनुपदम् अम्जजित कषायः गोवस्मत्विद परिहीन भगवत् अनुग्रह उपजित मिष इति मिषदि इति हरे कृष्ण माताजी थैंक यू माताजी
Revati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी प्रणाम माताजी
Pranams.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय तस्य महानुभावस्यायनुपदम् हंसचित कषायः गोवस्मद्विदः परिहीण भगवत् अनुग्रह उपजीगमीषदीति हरे कृष्ण माताजी प्रणाम माताजी
Madhumati Vilasini Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी दंडवत प्रणाम माताजी
Dandavat Pranams Mataji. Hare Krishna.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय तस्य महानुभावस्य अनुपथम् अमृजित कषायः कः वास्मद्विधः परिहीण भगवत अनुग्रह उपजीगमीषतीति थैंक यू माताजी हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Mataji. Venkata Narasimha Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी
Hare Krishna.
तस्य महानुभावस्य अनुपदम् अमृजेत कषायः को व्यास्मद्विदः परिहेण भगवदनुग्रह उपजिगमिषतीति हरे कृष्ण माताजी
So, Tasya of Prahlad Maharaj, Maha Anubhavashya, who was an exalted devotee, Anupatam, the path, Amrajita, Kashaya, a person who is materially contaminated, Kaha, what, Va, or Ashmat Vidaha, like us, Parihina Bhagavat Anugraha, being without the favor of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Upaji Ghamishati, desires to follow, itihi, thus. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. So, I think still the Vali Maharaj is continuing. Persons like us is including, he being in exalted position, still is including as a common person here, who are still attached to material enjoyment, who are contaminated by the modes of material nature, who lack the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, cannot follow the supreme path of Prahlad Maharaj, the exalted devotee of the Lord. So, we don't know the power of the exalted devotee of the Lord. So, for this one of the lecture, which I have heard by His Holiness Charu Swami, Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. So, he was mentioning what is the power with an example, power of a exalted devotee. So that's a pure devotee. Even our founder Acharya, he is an exalted devotee, and we are able to visualize when we are focused on reading the purports and translation and all, we'll be able to understand. If we are totally distracted, I think we will not be able to understand what Prabhupada is giving us, is communicating to us, or he wants to convey to us. So that's how there the surrenderedness, attentiveness is very important. With devotion only we can read Srimad Bhagavatam. So without devotion, without devotional mood, what we have to receive from the purport or translation, we will not be able to achieve. So here, I think we all know this story. The Mandara mountain is used for churning the ocean to get the Amrit actually. So only the Devatas are also, they are empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are super powers actually. And similarly, the Asuras also have the same strength. So Asuras also want to grind this ocean, and then they want to take the Amrit so that they can survive. So that is, they can become immortal, and Devatas are also trying out. So in that endeavor, so they want to lift the Mandara mountain actually. So they both, without both of them efforts, they cannot lift. At one point of time when they are lifting, they felt they are not able to further take this move. And they kept the mountain down. In that, many Devatas and Asuras also died actually. Seeing this, they have prayed the prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, wherein Lord came there on this Garuda Vahan, Garuda being the exalted devotee. Correct now? So he came on Garuda Vahan, and then Lord lifted in his left hand, like how he lifted the Govardhan here, Leela he did in this in Vrindavan. Like that, Lord lifted in his left hand that Mandara mountain. And then he kept the Mandara mountain at the back of Garuda. So Garuda took that Mandara mountain, it seems. That's what the help here. The position of exalted devotee, what is the power an exalted devotee is possessing, we will not be able to find out, because the total surrender. Srila Prabhupada in the last, that is in his last phase of the life, after 70s and all, I think those who are in that phase now currently are going to be in that phase. Now only we'll feel so physically tired, even though we are chanting 16 rounds and then we are following the regulations. Still, our sadhana is not up to the mark. So when you are chanting more than 16 rounds, that is actually the chanting starts. The taste of the chanting will get more when we are going beyond the 16. So doing 16 rounds is it's the ground, that is the starting level. That's it. That means we are minimum level, we are following the regulations. So 16 rounds is the base. So that is minimum level. If you are going beyond that, that's where actually your taste on the Maha Mantra starts. So like that, our founder Acharya has performed in his last phase of his life. So he has traveled many countries and then installed deities in 108 temples, and then 80 plus books he has written. And then he was, even at the last moment of the life also, he was dictating Bhagavadam. Correct now? That should be that much endeavor we have to do. He has never felt that he has done a great work by performing all these activities. So that is the power of the pure devotee. So only by the mercy of such a pure devotee, we'll be able to sustain at least what level we are achieved in the bhakti path. So we need to strive more by rendering service. How we can render service to Srila Prabhupada? By preaching to others, by reading his books, understanding things, and whatever you understand, discussing with the fellow devotees. These are all the things. We should not have any boundary things wherein I should disclose only to this particular devotee or something kind of thing. Knowledge is being given by Srila Prabhupada here, and then we need to receive in the same way as he has opened to everyone. Like that, we need to also be open to everyone, and we should not have any discrimination in sharing the things. So this is how the exalted devotee position is. So in the purport, it is said that for the spiritual realization, one must follow great personalities like Lord Brahma. So Brahma, what he did? He did tapas. Correct now? So like Mataji was explaining last, I think 10 days before, there was a Kama Gayatri mantra. In that there are 2 words, tapa. So hearing the 2 words, so Brahma sat for meditation. He knows that is coming, those words are coming from the highest authority, and then he performed the austerity and he received the knowledge of the Vedas in his heart, and then it helped him to create the secondary creation, that Jivas. So Dev Rishi Narada, So he also being an exalted devotee. So he is he's a Bhakti Shakti Avesha avatar actually. So he was giving others the Bhakti, like how Prahalad Maharaj received, Duru Maharaj received, so many others, even Prachina Bharit we have studied in 4th canto. So the advice of even what is that Mrigari examples, whatever we have read in the Bhagavadam itself actually. So he has given the bhakti to many neophyte level devotees, so that they have elevated actually. Not even a devotee also. Mrigari is in the full ignorance. To him also he gave the mercy. So by the mercy of the Narada, and he has rendered in the previous birth, that is service to the Mahabhagavatas and all. So because of the mercy of the Bhagavatas, he became a Devarishi. Lord Shiva and Prahalad Maharaj, examples actually. The path of bhakti is not at all difficult. It is not difficult, but practicing is only the difficult. The sadhana is only difficult. Daily basis and every moment we need to, we need to accomplish that bhakti thing. So otherwise, there is every moment there is a fall down. So when we are, because this Maya Shakti, that is the 3 modes, any time it will pull down us. So the path of bhakti is not at all difficult, but rendering is tough, but difficult if we follow the footsteps of previous acharyas and authorities, because they've already realized and they have set up this is the path you have to follow. They have experienced and they have visualized everything. So their experience and realization gives us, it's like a phala, correct now? Instead of putting a seed and bringing up the plant and then harvesting the fruits from the tree, it's directly the fruit we are taking and then we are swallowing. Whatever the hardships they have undergone, they are the lessons actually, and then the amrita part of their lessons only we are actually taking it as a nectar and then we are actually taking inside. So like that, when we are following the authorities and acharyas, that is the authentic way to follow the bhakti. But those who are materially contaminated by the modes of the cannot follow. They can't understand because their vision only is not in that perspective. Okay, making a materialistic person understanding is really tough. It is really tough. That we can check in our own family only. If the family people, not all are not inclined to Krishna consciousness, and then you will get obstacles also, because there is a hard debate also will happen, because the principles we will not accept. If we are blessed with everyone being a devotee, that itself is a ajnan sukruti. Okay, we are blessed with a good family who can understand that. If the surrounding family only is not going to understand what we are doing as a practice, then making them understand itself is a it's really tough process. And we have the duty to make our family also the upliftment. That is it's a duty. The person who has taken initiation, it's a primary duty to make the family also Krishna consciousness. That is a duty. So slowly by praying to that is Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, we can able to give them slowly. It will take time. But we have to strive for that. We need to put our endeavor for that actually. Although Bali Maharaj was actually following the path of his grandfather, that is Prahalad Maharaj, because of his great humility, he thought that he was not. So this attitude will not come for a normal person, this attitude. A person who is in total surrender and who has given everything that is in favor of Krishna service, if some small mistake also they feel that they are done a great mistake. They are not into that great platform. All that is Sadhguru Swamis also have thought like that only. They have never thought they are a devotees, great devotees. Even our Srila Prabhupada also never thought that he is a great devotee. He has never thought and he has never expressed actually. So that is the highest of the humiliation. So even though when one person is progressively improving in the path of the bhakti and all in the devotional service, we should not think that I have achieved this. So if he thinks or he or she thinks that that is the first step to fall down. So here Bali Maharaj, after giving everything and even himself to Vamana Deva, he thinks that he has not done. He is comparing with the Prahalad Maharaj's own grandfather. So when he compares with Prahalad Maharaj, he is nothing. He was more opulent, and then even though he has given everything, that's not an easy thing. Having everything and giving everything to others is not easy. We won't give, we will hide something, at least we'll keep for ourselves. Correct now? That is the mentality. But he has given everything. So that much he is in the spiritual thing he has done means that is the highest of his devotional service. Still he feels he is not, he is comparing with his own grandfather who has done a great thing, because his life has been put into danger many times by his father. Still he has never left the devotional service. So he is comparing himself there. It is the characteristics of advanced Vaishnavas following the principles of bhakti that they think themselves ordinary human beings. So that is how the mentality of a great devotee will be. He will never think that he is a great devotee. This is not an artificial exhibition. One cannot exhibit an artificial exhibition of humility. It will never come. It will come on its own when you feel that you are no way. You know, nothing we are doing. You are nothing here. So whatever highest of devotional service you perform also, if one feels that nothing I am doing, so that is the highest part of humiliation. A Vaishnava sincerely thinks that this way and never admits his exalted position. So one should strive for that. So, but it will not come in a very short duration. It's like a practice, and then more and more one acquires the devotional service, and then 24/7 if you are there involved in that only. So that is his major goal. That time this humiliation level they will be able to attain. So still even they achieve that particular level of humiliation also, they will never think they are doing a very great service. So that will come in the natural way, not in the artificial way. So we speaking, we are doing only maybe one drop of devotional service, and then sometimes even in the devotees circle also they become puffed up. That is not the right attitude. So one should strive for following with the previous acharyas, so predecessors, and then try to cultivate that type of habit. So that will help us to progress in a spiritual path in a right way. Okay, with this I put to the platform. So those who want any reflections, or if you have any thoughts or any questions here, I humbly request devotees to come forward and then let us have a discussion. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpadarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Nandakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to share?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Nicely explained, Mataji. Thank you so much. Actually, the topic of the self-interest is very clearly explained here.
Yes.
Like what exactly self-interest, and how Prahlad Maharaj was very clear about his goal of life, Mataji. And Bali Maharaj is also took it in nice way,
Yes.
like in the exact way how it should be.
Yes.
So I was little confused few days ago, Mataji, actually self-interest and how to actually explain it.
Okay.
So and this is very clearly explained here, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna, Mataji.
Prabhupada's purpose are very clearly. Because this thing you would have experienced whenever we have a confusion, maybe after 3-4 days, you will find the solution in the purpose.
Yes, Mataji, yes. Yeah.
But
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
that way we need to strive. That way we need to learn. This I have also experienced sometimes, because we are all on the same platform, wherein we will not understand actually everything what has been spoken by Srila Prabhupada here. in the very beginning phase of the purpose. Correct now? When we start with the chapter, at the middle of the chapter, we'll come to know the answer of the whatever we added out. So this experience I also have had. So I think the same thing you would have experienced today. Thank you, Mataji, for your reflection. Thank you.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji. You
Yeah.
explained very well. Before I read this, I am not understand why Prahlad is refused to take the benefit from the God, because God is better than us. Then why he do like that? Then after you explained very well, now I understand, madam. Even I am doing the 16 rounds, I get so many obstacles come. At the time I feel very bad. But after that, now I am becoming, you told like that, I am free from all the obstacles. I am not at all care about the obstacles. Thank you, Mataji. Happy journey, safe journey, Mataji.
Yes, I think many would have been in the what is that yatra now in the train, and many will be flying today or tomorrow there. So I wish you all yatra a grand success. Madhumai Krishnakant Mataji, you are also coming for Dwarka Yatra, Mataji.
No, Mataji, this time.
Mataji, we are missing you actually. Come actually, because I
Yeah,
see you in
next
Niagara.
time. Actually, I just unmuted myself to give a call.
Yes, Mataji. Please.
Because Nate Viduhu Swartagatim vi Vishnu. So Swartagati is Vishnu. So to get Vishnu, that's what Prahlad Maharaj says. So this we were not knowing what is actual Swartagati for the soul. Soul Utkarsha has to come for the attaining Vishnu rather than these material goals. That has been actually practically demonstrated by Prahlad Maharaj, and then followed after this, the Bali Maharaj, after giving his everything, Atma Nivedana also he says, like he's not followed in the father footstep, his grandfather, is not befitting into the shoes of grandfather. So then we have to understand where we stand, what we have to do. So that's what, it's very, very humility of Bali Maharaja.
Yes.
And same thing which when Kaviraja, Krishnaraja the Kaviraja this thing in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says, I will be, I am worse than the worm in the stool. So it's his humility. Worm in the stool, he says, worse than that. So that's the humility of Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami.
Yes, in every chapter end he will tell. Correct, na?
Yeah, he tells that, tells
Nothing. Yes, I don't know anything. All
about
these are from them only. I don't have.
Rukata Goswami, so he says about, Padakamala Yoho. So that's the way we have to learn from the previous acharyas. So Mahajanoyana Gataha Sapantaha. The footstep followed by these acharyas, and then previous these Mahajanas, the great 12 Mahajanas. So what is quoted here in the shloka. So it's actually it should be an eye opener for us. We are very, very fortunate to be associated with such a ISKCON Mangalore Association, Mataji, with all these Shiksha Gurus.
Right. So now NND Prabhuji, Sridhar Prabhuji, Sachidananda Prabhuji, and now Gaurav Goyal Prabhuji also there. Okay, you should see their exalted position. I have worked for accommodation, that service. I have seen they were full, that much, very, very.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, they are
Meticulous planning, Mataji. We have gone a couple of yatras, everywhere. We never suffered for anything. Transport, accommodation, food. They have done the best. The amount we pay is meager, I think.
Yes, that's right.
Even last Bundavan, you see, the hotel is excellent, Everything is available there. We not go anywhere. Food also there. All bhajanas also done in the evening there. Hotel is good.
Suramya Madhavi Mataji. Sureka Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Mataji, just you were telling that we should make our family members also Krishna conscious. Yes, that is our duty. But one shloka is there, no? That Guru na sasyad, Pita na sasyad, Mata Anasasyadu, those who cannot bring their dependence to this line, they are not to be called like Guru or Pita or what. Means that is their basic duty.
Yeah.
But once with Prem Kishore Mataji, this discussion was going on, and she said like it is very difficult to convince our own family members who are equal
Yes.
or above us, like elders to us. It is very difficult. Like she said, Prabhupada also couldn't do that.
Yes.
Not even even his wife could not be brought to Krishna consciousness totally, and not his children also.
But
So
our
she
endeavor is very important, Mataji. Leave the rest.
yes.
Right,
Our yeah, trying
Yeah.
all the
Our
time. That
endeavor.
is very important. And the only thing that we can start with is prasadam, I think.
Yes.
And doing chanting in the house, that also makes difference in the atmosphere.
Yes.
So those are the things that we have to do, but we cannot we cannot force, or we cannot like.
Even I am also sailing in the same boat, Mataji. Not everyone in my family or Krishna consciousness.
Yes, that happens, and sometimes we feel very bad about it.
But sometimes we may go down mentally. Sometimes I feel, but again I will think what I am not the person who is going to fix it actually.
Exactly. So everyone has his prarabdha.
Rest we leave it to him. It's not in our hands only, but we have to do the endeavor.
We have to do the endeavors. Yeah, that is true.
That one we'll do to the best of our heart, and then we'll do and leave. I think maybe the transformation may take a little more time.
Yeah, maybe some more births or something like.
No, leave it to him. That's it.
Yeah.
If you don't try, they may fall down even more worse. No?
Right.
So that way we have to rescue them. So
yes.
That is
Thank you so much, Mataji. It was a very nice class.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you all for attending the morning class. I think I will be able to see you many in the yatra. I don't know how many.
You are going to Dwarka?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, so nice. I'm not coming, Mataji.
Happy and safe journey, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
For all those who are going for yatra, happy journey.
Happy journey, Mataji.
Association, happy.
Thank you all for your wishes, and then my prayers also will be there for all of you. Let you all also render the service to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada here, and then let us have that connectivity till Goloka. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.